Hi, my name is Kim Stricker and I'm a reference librarian at Steel Creek Library. Today I'm going to tell you the story of the cracked pot. It's an old story and the author is unknown, but there are a lot of different versions of it on the internet if you want to look it up. Well, once there was a water bear, and every day he would put a pole across his neck, and at the end of each pole he held a large clay pot. He would go down to the river and fill the pots with water and carry them back up to the master's house. Now, one of the pots was perfect in every way, and every day when they reached the top of the hill, there was just as much water in the pot as there had been at the bottom. But one of the pots had a crack, and the cracked pot would always start out at the bottom full of water. By the time they reached the top of the hill, it was always half empty. The perfect pot was very pleased with itself. It felt very good about the contribution it made. But the cracked pot felt very, very bad about the fact that it never contained a full pot of water by the top of the hill. Finally, one day, it said to the water bearer, "Water bearer, I must apologize. I just feel so badly that I start out with a full pot of water, but I can never get it all up the hill, and you're having to do so much labor and not get the full amount back in return." Well, the water bearer smiled at the cracked pot, and the water bearer said, "You know, as we go up the path today, I want you to notice all the plants and the flowers on the way back up." So the cracked pot did that, and he saw that it really did cheer him up. There were beautiful flowers all along the pathway. But when they reached the top of the path, he once again felt very inadequate. Once again, he had only arrived at the top with half a pot of water. And he said to the water bearer, "Yes, the flowers were beautiful, but I still have only arrived with half a pot of water." And the water bearer looked at the old cracked pot and he said, "Did you notice that there weren't any flowers on the other side of the path? You know, I've always known about your crack, and I planted flower seeds all along your side of the path. Every day as we walk up the hill, you water those flowers, and I am able to collect beautiful flowers to place on the master's table. Without you, we wouldn't be able to have those flowers." I leave you with this question. Of the two pots that reached the top of the hill, which one did you like better? And that's the story of the cracked pot.